Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to be with y'all today, and I'll be so glad we can all get back to church together. I hope you all enjoyed Zoe's dance to the beautiful Psalm 91, and that has something to do with our lesson for today. I have something I'm going to confess to y'all. When I was a little girl, maybe Chloe's age or something like that, maybe even Callie Mae, my grandfather, Papa Baggett, had this dark closet in his kitchen. And he didn't want any of us kids going in there. So he told us if we went in that closet, that Bloody Bones and Rawhide would come down out of that attic and he would get us. Now, I don't know for sure what Bloody Bones and Rawhide looked like, but maybe he looked like some of these guys from Rex's Toys. But I was afraid of Bloody Bones and Rawhide, and I believed my papa, and I thought they were going to get me. But sure enough, I didn't go in that dark closet. And another thing that I have to confess that I was afraid of. You see, I was kind of a fraidy cat when I was little, and that's mercurochrome. Now you're saying, oh my goodness, what in the world is that? Well, it's kind of this red liquid stuff that is used sort of like Neosporin. Well, when I was little too, I really loved to put these two fingers in my mouth. And I'd twirl my hair and put my fingers in my mouth. Well, Michael got really tired of me doing that, and he wanted me to stop. So one day, I hurt my finger, and it was bleeding, and I was crying and screaming, and he got the mercurochrome out, and he painted my finger, and he told me that if I ever put my fingers in my mouth again, that I was going to die because mercurochrome was poisonous and it would kill me. Now, I know none of you older brothers like Blake or Nick, none of y'all would do that. You're sweet to your younger sisters. But Mike, or Pop, told me that. And I believed him because he was my older brother. You know, I'm wondering if you're afraid sometime. Are you like me? Are you kind of afraid of storms and you don't like thunder and lightning? Do you ever get in the bed at night and you want to pull the covers up over your heads because you're afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of somebody being in your closet? I know Jazzy can be that way sometime. But you know, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. Right now, we're all a little afraid because of something called the COVID-19 virus. And we're told to wear a mask and gloves when we go out. But you know, God wants us not to be afraid. And he tells us all the way through the Bible. If you look up, you'll find all the way through the Bible, Isaiah, Psalms, the Gospels, where God tells his people not to be afraid. Do you think the disciples were afraid? Well, I can recall a story with them when they were on the Sea of Galilee, and the storm was raging, and the water was coming in the boat. And the disciples were thinking, Jesus, where are you? We're afraid. And all of a sudden, Jesus came walking on the water. And he said to them, hey guys, why are you afraid? I'm with you. Don't be afraid. And that's how God wants us to be too. And I want all of you, if there any time that you feel afraid, that you'll be able to go to Jesus and say, you know, Jesus, I'm afraid right now. Will you help me when I'm afraid when I go to bed or when I'm in the dark or when a snake comes up or a bee? Help me, Jesus, when I'm afraid. And you know what? He's going to be right there with you, and he will help you, because he's told us in Psalm 91, the prophet tells us that we should not be afraid, that God is holding us with his righteous right hand. So let's all remember that and do everything that we can not to be afraid. Blessings to all of you. May the Lord bless you and keep you.